Hi. Oh, you just caught me there, just sitting down there. Just got there in time. Don't worry, I was busy prepping. Are you well? We're Wednesday. Already. Do you know something? Be right there. My monitor's been moved and I can't see properly. There you go.
Oh, you know you turned the TV off, Craig.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Oh, it's all right.
No, it's all
I'll
right.
get the remote, don't you worry.
Anyway, don't worry, we'll edit this bit out. Don't worry. Let's start again. Good afternoon. Well, it's Wednesday. It's an absolute pleasure to have your company. Morning, depending where you are, all across the globe. Now, we have, as always, it doesn't matter whether it's a Monday or a Friday, but a Wednesday, another jam-packed day lined up for you all throughout today. I'm going to be here with you for Wake Up Call, and then the Fisher is going to be back. She's going to be bringing you along. Actually, what has she got for you today? She's got a craft vault. Expect them to wear craft vault. And then what have we got tonight? Creative Cravens. You can tell I'm so organised with my show of the day, can't you? You can tell I'm well organised. I know Debbie's in it anyway, that's for sure. And do you know who else I do know is back in the building? And he's looking rather dapper today, he is, and that's Joe.
That's me. Hello. How are you, Craig? You having a lovely morning so far?
Yeah, it's busy, fast-paced, action-packed, but do you know what? We're ready to go, which is the main thing.
We are indeed. It's all going on because there's such an action-packed day coming up for you here today on Crafted TV, as Craig was just telling you about. If you want to get in touch with me, then you can do so. Crafted TV, of course, on Facebook, Crafted Companion if you are over on YouTube. I've just realised something, Craig. He wasn't listening to me. Let's try it again. I've just realised something, Craig.
What's that?
It's Wednesday.
And there's
we're not wearing pink.
No, we're not. No,
it's always what's happened. We've let ourselves down.
We have, yeah.
No.
Yeah, you've let me down, you let yourself down. I've let ourselves down as well. I know. Wednesday, where's the pink gone?
I don't know. I didn't have any in my wardrobe today, that's why.
No.
Next week.
I've still got a wash to do, so they're probably still in the bottom of my washing basket.
How thrilling.
Do you want to have a bit of an idea as to what we've got coming up? The one thing that we have been doing, and we started last Wednesday, and that was kind of like my monthly project, where every Wednesday throughout July, we're going to spend round about 10 minutes on a project, step by step. We're on week 2 of the project, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the front cover. We're going to decorate the front cover so that next week and the week after, we can then move on to actually doing the insides of what will be our Christmas planner, or you might want to change it and use it in a different way. That's entirely up to yourself. But we are going to be doing that round about halfway through Wake Up Call. But then the remainder of the time of Wake Up Call, and actually just what we're away to do next, we're away to give you a look as to what's coming up both on the Craft Vault and the Creative Cravens, with it being a Wednesday. So I think we should just dive straight in and let's go through what's coming up first when it comes to Wake Up Call, and that's what's coming up on Creative Cravens. And that one is your Gemini Decorative Panel Border Die. Now, I know that I did have these on Wake Up Call last week. I think Joe's got the Friday feeling there. I thought it was like me and my shadow there. I thought you were actually coming to stand beside me. So, yes, as I was saying, I did bring these to Wake Up Call last week, and there was a reason as to why I brought them back again, because 1, the price, but 2, I wanted to show you another way in which you can use them using one of the other separate dies. So that is why I wanted to bring them back again. So these ones here are your Gemini Decorative Panel Border Dies collection. These are 12 elements because the decorative panel cuts into your card, but then each of the sets, they've got 2 outline dies. So they create the edgeable, the top fold, the cut in, the cut out, the create a border, mat and layer, all these different things. So we're going to do a different take as to what we've done last week. So today's price is $33.77, $38.87 for you guys stateside. Now, if you are platinum, that comes all the way down to £27.02, and for you guys stateside, it comes to £31. No, it doesn't. $31.10. Works out that you're saving on today's price 35%, and you get a nice nice array. So you've got 4 sets. Within each set you get 3 dies. 1 is the decorative, 2 is the outline dies, and there's lots of different things. Because remember as well, when you're cutting into card, you can spritz through them, stencil through them, ink through them, all these different things that you can be doing. So that is what I've picked that is coming up on Creative Craven. So that will be with Debbie and Joe. So 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But going straight into what will be shown as well on Creative Cravens, and that is our hero tool. And this one is our Go Tote with Tool collection. 10 elements in total. It's called the Go Tote because it actually fits your Gemini Go, and therefore it will fit your Mini as well. Now within this one here, you get a nice array of products. You get the tote bag, you get the blending tool, which is the 3-piece, the die brush and the foam pad, permanent tape pen, you get your metal edge ruler and your 2-pack of bone folders there. So straight away, today's price, $19.99 or $24.95, works out you're saving over 50% within this one. You buy the tote bag and you receive everything else in the bundle for free. So if you're platinum, that comes down even further, down to £15.99 or $19.96 for you guys stateside. Of course, if you are across in Europe, then you just go across to your website. But what we've done and what we're doing is for one time only, we're bringing back something that you guys absolutely love, and we don't see it a lot, we'll leave it for special occasions. What kind of special occasions could it be then, other than having Debbie back, Debbie Fisher? So we are going into the craft vault. Wait until you see this Spectrum Noir Craft Vault by the show bundle. 52 pens, 36 pencils, and 6 ink pads that include pigment, water reactive. You've also got your watermark, you've got waterproof, and you've got alcohol proof as well. All of that on today's price, it comes in at £91.08. If you are stateside, that comes to $131.05. That is going to give you at half price. Now, if you are platinum, that comes even further all the way down to £72.86 or $104.84. And that, Johnny, no, say that again? So for you guys stateside, you are going to get that at half price shipping. So that Craft Vault show, there is not many left. And you know what it's like with Wake Up Call. You guys really are jumping on the fact of Wake Up Call is your opportunity to shop ahead. So that Craft Vault show, that has got some of your colour blend pencils. It's got classiques, it's got metallic pencils, metallic pens, it's got aqua tri-blends, it's got so much more that we're actually going to have a look at first of all. And what I'm going to be doing next, it's not necessarily a full-on demo as such. We're going to have a bit of a play of a few of these colouring mediums, using some of the ink pads within the show to combine them with the colouring materials. But that is what's coming up on your Craft Vault, which is going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So whether you want to delve into what is coming up on Creative Cravens, or maybe you want to then stock up on a few other things as well when it comes to the Craft Vault, today is absolutely the day to do it. Not only is today the day to do it, now this show is the time to do it as well, because we don't know, stock dependent, how long these will last. So at least by going into Wake Up Call, shopping ahead on this website, on the shows, what you can then do is know that they are nice and secure in your basket, checked out and on their way to you. So whether it's crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK, .com for you guys stateside, or .eu for all of you across Central Europe, that is the place to go. That is the place you want to see lots of other things as well that many of you always stock up of when you make the opportunity to do that, such as adhesives, etc. But I know Joe's got something else that we have running through every single week, and there's one that just launched on Monday there, Joe, didn't it?
It did indeed, as it does every single Monday. It is, of course, this week's Get It, Got It, Good. Ooh, yeah. Yes, it is your Gemini MIDI this week. The amazing manual die cutting machine. It's a folder based system as well, so you don't have any sandwich combinations to worry about. Oh, what lovely hand modelling that is. And you get 100
These hands are
bonus
my
points.
hands.
What was
These hands
that?
are your hands. Oh, sorry, yeah, carry on.
No reaching out, no touching hands, not until Monday, Craig. It's not allowed. Yes, it is available up until Monday. It is this week's Get It, Got It Good, of course. You get 100 bonus points on there, which is amazing. Loads of you. Oh, you're a right chatty bunch today. SJ is our social media superstar. No fussy cutting in the show today, I hope, Craig.
Oh, yeah, no tomorrow. No fussy cutting today, sorry.
No fussy cutting today, no, I don't. I think it's for the best. Lots of you saying hi. Sammy's in the UK, Shelley's in Michigan, Chrissy's in Illinois, Anne's in Norfolk too. Carl's is looking dapper today, Joe. Thank you. I try my best. Connie's saying good cloudy morning from New Jersey. Happy to have my fabulous duo of Craig and Joe. Good morning to the CTV crew, Team Social, and all the lovely crafters here today. A good day to you all. I think it is going to be a good day today, you know, Craig. I just sense it. I feel it in my water.
I do as well. I think it's going to be good. We're all chirpy and energetic and raring to go. And you know what Debbie Fisher's like. As soon as she gets in here, she's really raring to go. We should just say as well, start off saying afternoon to Johnny. Got Johnny in the gallery.
Good afternoon.
There we go. And she's back again. She's been let loose because she done a, well, an all right job. No, she done a phenomenal job last week. Nicola's back in the gallery as well. Afternoon, Nicola.
Hi, Craig and Joe.
Oh, isn't she so chirpy, isn't she? So chirpy. So we've got these two in the gallery today. So let's dive straight in. So I'm just popping the stamp to the side there. Ready to go. Having a look at what's coming up in the Craft Vault. And this is the Craft Vault by the Show bundle. So this is where you're getting 52 pens, you're getting 36 pencils, and you're getting 6 ink pads as well. Now this comes in at £91.08 or $131.05. Works out half price for everyone, but if you're platinum, it comes down further. It comes down to $72.86 or then $104.84. Now, it's a right array of Spectrum Noir goodies. So what we're going to do is let's just dive in, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping and colouring using a few of the mediums that are in with the actual bundle as well, Joe. We do have colour blend pencils, we've got metallic pencils, classics. So as I say, we'll do a bit of stamping. I'm going to stamp using one of my favourite stamps from the Be Happy collection, and that is the Bee Blooms. So although this isn't in any of the sections for today's wake-up call, just so that you know that this is the one that I'm using, it's the medium that I'm going to be using is the important part. But all that I'm going to do to start with, Joe, is using my Pebble alcohol-proof ink pad, which you get within the bundle. So this comes within the bundle. We're going to then stamp this out onto a piece of watercolour card. No, we're not. We're doing it onto Nina card, and then we're going to do a little bit of colouring using our primary pencils.
Oh, what an amazing collection this is. If you're just getting, maybe you've crafted for a little while, you haven't really coloured, Craig, and you just wanted something that was going to give you a taste of literally every single aspect of the Spectrum Noir range. You've got a bit of everything in here, haven't you?
You do. You absolutely do. Whether it's a little bit of watercolouring you're wanting to do, whether it's your alcohol colouring, but then what you've got is you've got some water reactive ink pads, so you can of course do your techniques with them, but you can still colour with them as well. You have got all of your quick dries, or you've got a couple of your quick dries. You've also got a couple of your alcohol-proof ink pads so that you can do the colouring with your water-based pens or your alcohol-based pens. Do you know what I've just done there? So this is a brand new stamp. So I've gone in with my translucent clear ink pad, which you get within this bundle as well, Joe. Now, I went and stamped this out. I didn't mean to stamp it out. What I meant to do was prime it.
Oh, see, what a silly sausage.
We're 13 minutes into this show, and gosh only knows what's going to happen for the remainder.
Ah, I thought you were going to say we're 30 minutes into the show, we still haven't done anything yet. Because that's also true.
Well, it is true. It is true. But what I've done is to stop it getting that bubbled effect, because it's a brand new stamp, I've given it a prime or a coating using my translucent clear. And now I'm going to come over with my Pebble alcohol-proof ink pad. And this enables the ink to sit nice and smoothly onto your stamp, and it's going to give you that complete smooth impression all the way round, all the way from edge to edge. I'm using my large 8x8 stamping platform for this one, just in case that I did miss any bits, then I can come back. But look
That's awesome.
at that. So yes, it's to do with the impression, of the stamp, but it's also to do with the ink and the ink pad as well. So nice, crisp, clean impression there. And that waterproof, translucent clear ink pad, that gives it a really good base to do that too. And then what I'm going to do here is let's bring in my primaries. So this is the primaries colour blend pencils. And I'm going to pick out, so I'm trying to think, so we've got pink blush, let's go antique rose, and I had raspberry on my list. No, that's peony. So we've got, maybe the peony I'll do instead. I think that'll need to do. And then, or is that raspberry? That's essentials. No, let's bear with. Is that it? There we go. No, that's okay. So we'll then go to, we'll just use those three instead. So that is peony, antique rose, and pink blush. Did I have an ivory? That was the last one on my list. I'm wondering if these have been jumbled up. Let's have a look. Right, yeah. So what we'll do is let's just stick with what I've got here. Now with our colour blend pencils, you can blend with them, even just one colour on their own. You don't necessarily need to do a three-tone blend. But what I'm going to do is let's go in with the antique rose. And what I will then do is I will do one of the petals here of the flower, and I'm going to do it with one pencil. I'm going to build up the colour with one pencil, and then I'll do another petal, and what I'll do is I'll build up the petal and the colour, Joe, over 3 pencils. So it shows you a combination of how you can build up the layers if you want. But for this one, all that I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to lay the colour down first, so I get a nice even colour all the way over.
And these are brilliant, aren't they, Craig? Because these are great to use. I know we were talking about them last night. Great to use on their own. But these are also brilliant if you like alcohol markers as well. I love how loads of the Spectrum Noir range all plays together, which is always handy, isn't it?
It's always handy, yeah, because if you like to colour with your alcohol pens, then what you can do is once you're finished and you feel you've got the coverage and the look that you want, you can come and enhance them even more by going over the top with your colour blend pencils, and that just works an absolute treat to be able to do that. So when you get to that point that you think you can't add any more depth with your alcohol pens, you can by coming along with your colour blend pencils and finishing them off that way. So this is where they really do start to cross over, and you're able to then work them into each other and build upon your Spectrum Noir, basically family of crafting colouring goodies.
Yeah, and what a great starting point as well this is, because you've got so much within there. I was just going through it. I couldn't quite believe all the things that... Tracy, do you mind?
Yeah, we're live. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Carry on.
Yesterday she came in, she put her hand in my shot yesterday. Then she walked into the studio whilst we were live and said, do you want a cup of tea now, or would you like it in about 15, 20 minutes time? And now today as well.
Oh,
they say they come in threes.
Exactly, I know. Yeah.
I'm not sure, Craig, right? I'm not 100% confident. I don't think we're going to win a BAFTA for this show today, you know? I don't know what tells me that.
No. I think this is the midweek show that, I think it's going to go to pot. I've got that feeling.
Craig, you know, I mean, and poor Nicola. Anyone would think that Nicola is the, is the most experienced person in the room today, because the rest of us are, we're the ones that are letting the team down.
It's gonna be one of those days. Do you know what it is as well? It's because the full team have just been working incredibly hard over the last few weeks and months. And I think sometimes we just have one of those days where, when our bodies and our brains are like, nah, not playing ball today. Nah. You have to go into work, you can't lay in bed, so do you know what? Nah. Let's have fun. So as much as we will try and rein it in and be professional.
Will we try though?
Can't promise it.
Will we try? I've got 2 shows with Debbie Fisher later.
I know. I'm going to be watching them, that's for sure. That is for sure. What I've been doing with this bit here, Joe, is I've gone in lightly and covered the full petal with a light tone of the colour that I'm using, which is Antique Rose. And then what I've done is I've come maybe about 2/3 of the way down, and I've gone a little bit more heavy-handed.
Okay.
And then started to go on heavier with the colour. And then what I've done is just around the inside part of the petal, I've gone in maybe about a third of the way, a little bit more heavy-handed. So then therefore what we're getting is a 3-tone blend, but with the one pencil. And then you can start to blend in those depths of colour that you're applying. So then what you can do is you're starting to get all of that depth working its way all the way round with just the one pencil. No blending, no pencil stubs, nothing.
And you can, though, I mean, if you want to use a solution, obviously.
Of course you can.
There's something available. It's not in stock at the moment, I don't think, Craig, but there's lots of them out there on the market, isn't there?
Yeah, it will be in stock soon, but you can see, so just round where we've got all of those accent parts of the stamp, that's where I've gone in heavy-handed. But then what you can do is, don't forget as well, where you've got all these little kind of like guidelines, go in and add a little bit more colour by going also a wee bit heavy-handed, and then blend them out. Then that's when you can then start to really get a lot of detail coming into play. But what I'm going to do on this one is let's start lighter for this. So let's do pink blush. So I'll do this one here, and then what I'll do is I'll probably move on and do a little colouring with the metallic pencils to show you the difference there. But with this one, tell you what, let's just use 2 colours. Let's use pink blush and Antique Rose. And I'll show how you can get kind of like a 2-tone, but with using the 2 colours by blending them in without a pencil stub. So working that in, laying this one down, and then building up the colour with this first pencil colour.
Can we blend 2 different colours into each other with these, Craig?
You can do, yeah, you can do. I would always tend to keep, maybe like lights together, or, a lighter into a darker one, for instance, maybe like a light yellow into a darker green, so you can start to get that gradient colour tone and blend coming in. But yeah, you can do. I would certainly say if you're going to experiment with colours, this is where your blending solution would work an absolute treat. But you know what, give it a shot. The pencils, certainly these ones here, will last you such a long time. So give it a shot and see what you can come up with. But within this one...
What's your favourite thing to colour in, Craig?
I love flowers. You'll always see if I'm demonstrating a Spectrum Noir colouring product, I will always do it on a flower. Whether it's this one, and it's always usually a peony or a rose or something. Before our Be Beautiful collection, I always used one of the florals, from Knitwit collection. I always used one of those. I love the look that you can start to get when it comes to petals. I think you can get a really lovely effect, and I personally find them, yes, the easiest ones to colour, but then these are the ones that give you that quickest instant satisfaction hit. Gosh, that's a big word
give you
for
what
me.
now?
Is that even a word? Satisfaction.
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 Till I can get my satisfaction. No, it's not.
No, it's not that one.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Gratification.
Gratification.
What's the difference between satisfaction and gratification? There's one for you, Johnny. Johnny's like, oh, hang on. Do you know what we don't do anymore, Craig? I realised the other day.
Word of the day, of the day.
We don't do it. It sort of ran out of steam, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Nicholas, very aggressive there, wasn't you? Right, hey, come up with one right now then.
Now you can see here, so I've gone all over this petal with the pink blush, and also maybe about 2/3 of the way up, I've gone a little bit more heavy-handed. Then what I've done is I've crossed over into the Antique Rose, and I've come around where there would be some depth of shadow. Now I can continue to build up more and more depth by going a little bit more heavy-handed, and then I can go back into this lighter one that I had and blend that one out. And this is blending them out without any of the pencil stubs or paper stubs and blending solution. So wax base, so you can still do this, no problem at all. But then see how you're really starting to get that two-toned effect into the petal here. But then what you can do is you can start going into all these minute little parts of the flower. But I think what we'll do is, if I set that one to the side for now, let's do one more on our Nina. And then what I'm going to do is let's jump to our alcohol pen. So I'll do a little technique with the classiques, and then what we'll do to finish off is we'll do a technique with the metallic pencils. Yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. And then that'll show you the colour blend pencils, it'll show you alcohol pens, and then the metallic pencils. The only one that you'll see later on then is your watercolour pencils, if you've not seen them before.
Loads in there. Right, we've got the answer. Johnny went into his own. So, which one are we going to start with? Satisfaction is when your expectations, wants or needs are fulfilled. Gratification, however, is a sense of pleasure when a desire is fulfilled. There you are. Public service broadcasting here at Crafters TV. Do you feel gratification or satisfaction when you craft, Craig?
Both.
You weren't listening, were you?
I'm always listening.
Of course you are. To Celine Dion. Oh, well, Nicola's got a word of the day coming through. I mean, move over, George and Charlotte. She's got it. Right, here we go. American, wow, steady. American Italian slang word. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
Bashagaloop, which means idiot. Thanks.
Wow, thanks.
Nicola. Cheers. Yeah, anyway,
Thanks,
I'll be...
He's gone. He is gone out of here.
Apparently they say it all the time on Golden Girls, there you are. Which the actress who was... Oh.
I thought you were actually going to explain to the Americans what Golden Girls
No.
were. I was saying, no, the Americans is the ones where you don't need to explain.
As we found out that Debbie Reynolds is not in the Golden Girls. Well, she wasn't a main character, she was only in one episode. As was rightly pointed out by our viewers the other day. Dee Maddox says, props to Tracy. She takes good care of you folks. She does. She really does. Betty says, my dream team. Johnny said, she just got a bit of a commoner. Johnny, so rude. She can hear me as well. Pamela says, lol, no fussy cutting today, please. 3 cherry emojis and lots of laughing face emojis. I'll show it to you after the show, Johnny. It was...
John, it's on my Facebook page.
It is on Craig's Facebook page. Probably only on his personal one, I would imagine. Myra...
I wasn't sure if I'd get away with it putting it on my work one.
Go back and watch the show. If you do want to see it, go back and watch yesterday's Wake Up Call back. The last sort of 7-8 minutes of the show is what I'd say. Myra Scott says, question... Probably for Craig. Going round sentiments with the ice grey pen, can you do that with a sentiment that has been heat embossed?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I've done it quite often. In actual fact, it was either Monday Maker. No, it must have been last week. I'd done a show where we used the brush lettering stamps.
Right.
And what I'd done is I heat embossed it and then went round it with the ice grey too. So yeah, you can do.
Awesome.
No problem.
That noise, Craig, is that all right, that noise? 'Cause I don't get that noise when I alcohol colour. Am I not pressing hard enough?
You're not laying down enough colour, no.
Okay.
No, you're not laying down enough. You want to lay down enough colour so that you can start to hear that noise, because then that lets you know that you've got a good coverage and a really good...
I have no idea what's going on in the gallery.
I have no idea what's going on either as well.
But I tell you what, when Charlotte realises how much fun Johnny is having with Nicola in the gallery, when I tell her on Saturday, she's going to be fuming. She's going to be fuming, Johnny.
Actually, it's all changed, isn't it? Just the way that holidays and that have worked out. So not only is it me and you, Joe, that's on Saturday, It's Johnny and Charlotte.
Absolutely.
So it's all changed again, back together
All
again.
day Saturday. What really could happen? I mean, you'll have to tune in and find out. We need to come up with some fun stuff to do on Saturday as well,
do.
Johnny. Just because we feel like it's a, you know, it's like it's not meant to happen. It's like a special bonus Saturday for us all.
It is.
So yeah, I don't know what that is. We said we'd think about it, Craig, and we've so far done zero planning. So we really need to do that.
Well, we just. Oh no, I'm not going to say that. You know, we're always told don't always say what comes into your ear. So I'm not going to say what Johnny's just said. Okay, well, Mike, some of the things I make. Let's do some giveaways. Let's do some giveaways on Saturday. Some of the things I make.
Maybe I could make something
Yeah.
and give that away. My gift is my humour every day, Nicola. You know, and everyone, it's accessible to everyone. And also, then we don't have to worry about someone posting it out as well, which makes everyone happy. Debbie says, I did the tri-blend colouring yesterday and the blending pencils over the top. Wow, the difference was amazing. It really does make such a difference. Joe Laxton says, I'm a newbie. Hello, Joe.
Hi,
Joe the newbie. I'm 70 years young. A few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this because I have Parkinson's. After brain surgery, no more shakes. Now I've got the crafting going on. How amazing is that? Brain surgery, Craig, one of those things utterly fascinates me. It does. And you see pictures, or not pictures, but programmes of people that have brain surgery while they're still awake.
Yeah, I know.
Madness, isn't it? Absolute
Is there
madness.
Not more and more brain surgeries actually have it done while they're awake
I think
now?
so, yes. I think because you can sort of, you know, gauge cognitive function and stuff whilst it's all happening. Joe, that is absolutely amazing. I'm so thrilled to hear that. Welcome to the club. Aisha says, good morning, everyone. Great to be starting my day with Joe, Craig and the CC family. That's how we feel every single day, Aisha. Yeah, I'd love to know what's your favourite Spectrum Noir colouring medium? Let me know. What's your favourite product of them all? You can let me know in the comments. Crafts TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching us over on YouTube as well, because we'd love you to get notified every time that we go live.
Look at this one, Joe. Now, the colours that I've used aren't in the colour tones that we usually explain it. What I mean by that, it isn't like a certain number then, 1, 2 and 3. So, for instance, it's not BP1, BP2 and BP3. What I've done is I've used 3 colours that are along the lines of the same colour themed family. So I've gone for, I'm going to make it, so it is pink tint, fuchsia and carmine on this one here. So as you can see, so let's make it easier, it's a light pink, medium pink and a darker pink. So you can see with the codes PP3, MG3, BP5, so they're not running in order, but look at the effect that you can get, that blending effect. And that's going in first with the light, adding a little bit of dark, blending out with the mid, and then finishing off with the light again. And you can continue to get that incredible blend out. So even although it's not necessarily in the same code number, you can still be using all of the different colours as well. And the reason we put our cardstock underneath is because of this. This excess ink that bleeds through, which will happen, if I didn't have cardstock, that would go through onto my glass mat, which is a non-porous surface.
A non-porous number? Is that like a primary number?
Primary number. And would it bled back into the cardstock, which I don't want. So
is this your
fine.
only show today, Craig?
Yeah.
I think, okay. I think it's for the best.
Just as well. Just as well, eh? And you don't need to agree, Nicola. And then I think what we'll do, Johnny. How long have I got left?
You still got an hour, yeah? A whole hour of this.
Rightio. So John says I can have 8 minutes.
Oh, right, on this product. Sorry, I thought you
on
meant the
this
show.
product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my translucent clear ink pad you get in the bundle. I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing with clear embossing powder, and then we'll do a little bit of colouring with our metallic pencils, Joe.
Sounds amazing. Loads of you. Aisha says you are a gift to us, Joe. I am, and you can't. What have you done now?
My pack shot's fallen down.
Craig, you are a liability today. You really are. You're having one of those days, aren't you?
I know. I've gone from yesterday being a bit,
Fruity.
well,
He was definitely a bit fruity yesterday.
slow yesterday to just being erratic today.
You have. Anyway, Betty Goswell says, colour blend pencils are my favourite. You got some in here in this collection. Debbie Queenie O'Meara, what a name. Debbie Queenie O'Meara says, tri-blends are the best because of not constantly changing pens. Pamela says, Craig, does it matter if the pencils go down before the markers or after? Is there a difference in the way it looks, or is it the same look?
So, really good question. If you do your pencils first, you will not get your markers on the top because the pencils are wax-based, so it won't work. So the only way to do it is you do the colour and you do the blending when it comes to your alcohol, then you finish off and touch up the lines with that extra detail using the pencils. So colour with your alcohol first, touch up afterwards with your pencils.
Awesome. Kerry says, Joe is so full of energy this morning and Craig is a bit off his rocker.
Roles reversed today.
It really is.
Roles reversed.
Really is. We've had a very interesting week together, haven't we, Craig?
We have. We really, really have. And then is today your last day for a couple of days, is it?
Just 2 days off. You've only got a little 2-day break from me this week, I'm afraid, and then you've got 6 full days of me after that.
Fabulous.
So I will be here all day Saturday with you. I'm only going home for a couple of days this week. And then Sunday night, I'm up with Sarah and a very, very special show on Sunday evening, kicking off a very special event, which I'm not allowed to tell you about yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen some little behind-the-scenes photos of us doing some filming yesterday for a promo for said event. So keep your eyes peeled, but it will all kick off on Sunday night at 7 p.m, so make sure you join us.
Exciting stuff. I'll be watching.
Will you?
Well, once I get in, because I'm on the 3 p.m. show, 10 a.m. show, for you guys Eastern time, on Sunday.
It's going to be an exciting day. Next week is going to be so incredibly exciting as well. Terry Thompson's my favourite of the Spectrum line. Definitely the Harmony ink pads, all 3 types. Ink pads are great. Back in the day, Craig, I'm ashamed to admit this now, I thought ink pads were just for putting ink on sentiments and then stamping them. That's what I genuinely thought they were for.
How wrong you are.
How wrong I was.
Absolutely, because you can watercolour with your water reactive ink pads because of them being water based, so lots of different things that you can do. And although we do say when it comes to heat embossing, it's a really good way to do it with our pigment ink pads. What you'll see on my last demo today is I'm actually going to do heat embossing with water reactive ink pads, so you can still do and use your embossing powder with your water reactive pads.
Sounds good.
It is indeed. So let's go in now with our metallic pencils, which you get within the Buy the Show bundle. And I'm going to go in first of all, let's go in with the purple. And when it comes to the metallic pencils or any of our metallic range, you absolutely can be using them on your light cardstock, your white cardstock, ivory, etc. But they will really, really come to life onto your dark card. So things like your black card, your navy card, anything along those lines, this is where you're really going to notice the metallic look within the pencils. But I'm doing something very similar as to what I've done with the colour blend pencils.
Would you use these on a lighter cardstock or only darker cardstock, Craig?
Personally, I tend to only use them on dark cardstock. But as I say, it doesn't mean that you can't use them on white. You absolutely can. It's just the difference is going to be a little bit more subtler. So if I go in, I would say the metallic look comes out even more onto your darker cardstock. We can just see it there. I think we've got a little gremlin in our above camera today, don't we? So apologise for that if you are noticing that. I know that the team are working on it. But
It's probably Nicholas' fault, to be honest.
It probably is. She peaked too soon last week.
It's definitely not Nicholas' fault.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. So I'm just blending these ones in, still using that one tone and that one pencil. But what I'm doing is I'm building up the tone of the pencil. So we're getting real, incredible colour from this purple metallic pencil. I always like to do it with a clear heat embossed image, although you can do it with another image if you want, another colour stamped impression. But it's all about building up the layers. So let's go in with gold now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to lay that colour down. So we're going to lay it in, work my way round, give it a little bit of a kind of like a base coating again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build, getting a little bit more heavy-handed, be about 2/3 of the way. I'm going to blend that out so I don't have that harsh line where we meet my lightest blend. And then into all of these areas here, I'm going to go a little bit more heavy-handed, really work that colour in.
Aisha's saying, Joe, please give us a hint about Sunday. What can we expect? Deals, new releases, both, more? What do you think, Johnny? Can I say anything yet?
Can you say what it's about?
Can I say? I can say that I can't really... new releases, deals, points promotions, prize giveaways, maybe the biggest event of the year, outside of birthday, tick. So you're going to have to be there. Be there or be square, as they say.
Is it focused towards any specific season or...?
Ho, 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 I'm not sure.
Oh, right, okay. You'll need to wait and see then, come Sunday then.
Oh, I'm really, really pleasing myself today. I don't know why, I'm just really quite happy with myself.
Good. Because you're amongst friends.
That's looking beautiful, Craig.
Thank you. It's all right, yeah, no. Oh, I always get to a point where I forget to talk when I'm colouring. Let's work our way in. Work our way round.
Yeah, that's Tracy again, don't worry.
Tracy does like the sound of her own voice, doesn't she?
I think we are going to have to. We were keeping the doors open today because we were essentially because it's warm. The air conditioning is outside, but I think we are going to have to.
But I think we're going to have to. Yes.
Shut that door.
There we go. He's shutting the doors. So here we are. All that I'm doing is I'm working that one in, going in light, building up, getting more heavy-handed. And then that one I used there was the light blue. Now, you could go multicoloured if you want, but what I've done here, just to show you a few different colours that you can get, is you can start to build up that colour. It works an absolute treat. Unfortunately, just with the little gremlins, it doesn't really show off the metallic look that well. Thank you. No. Here we go. There we go. That's me. There we go. We're getting that way. There we go. That's a bit better there. Trying to get that shiny metallic look coming through. So that's just 3 mediums that you are getting within your Craft Vault by the show bundle. So it includes 52 pens, you're getting 36 pencils, and you're getting 6 ink pads. Ink pads range from your water reactive, a pigment, a quick dry, you're getting a waterproof stamp, you're also then going to be getting an alcohol proof. I've got my list here. You're getting art liners, you're getting again classic pens, the pencils I showed you, a discovery kit which is watercolouring. All these are across on our website, so you're able to go into the section and have a look. It's all there. You're even getting a re-inker as well. You're getting metallic markers. You're getting sparkle pots. There's so much that you're getting within that Craft Vault by the show bundle. £91.08 here in the UK. $131.05 for you guys stateside. It works out as half price, but if you're platinum, it's not half price. It comes down even more. It comes all the way down to $72.86 here in the UK for you guys stateside. $104.84. Of course, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu is where you need to go to see all of your prices. If you've hummed and hawed over some of our Spectrum Noir range, you're not sure where to go, what to try, this really is a perfect one. A selection of lots and lots of different Spectrum Noir mediums throughout this full bundle. It is a really, really good one, Joe, to get you started.
It really is. Great question from Terry Tom. Says, Craig, how would the metallic pencils react with a blending solution? Great question. So could you use the blending solution to blend with the metallic pencils?
Yes, the wax base. So
wax base, yeah, I thought so. Patty Redmond says, love you, Joe. Little crumbs are always welcome. I don't think she's implying I'm a little crumb. I think she means the little crumbs about the event. I had to double check that. Joe Laxton says, you two are so much fun to watch. I think we're at our most fun when we are at our worst, Craig, you know. I mean, when we're nailing it, you know, in a sort of professional sense, I think.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I feel that as well sometimes. I think sometimes, you know, we're great being nice and professional, but sometimes we're at our absolute best where we just go, do you know what? It's not playing ball today.
When we're good, but when we're bad, we're better. That's what I think, Craig. Aisha says, this is a great starter bundle. I love that Crafts Companion offers these bundles for newbies. Yes, and that's exactly who it is for. But, you know, having said that, even if you've got bits and bobs of our Spectrum Noir range, chances of you having all of that product that's in there is very, very low. Even if you have got some of the classiques, you've got maybe some of our illustrators, some of our ink pads, have a little look online. You'll see all of the different colours that are within each element of that bundle. So you'll be able to work out what you already do or do not have. And even if you've got a couple of elements, it's half price. It's very rare that we get to say that about anything in the Spectrum Noir range, so definitely stock up on that. Please do keep letting me know what your favourite Spectrum Noir products are. I'd love to know. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us over on YouTube. There. Craig, I'm very excited, Craig, you know, because tomorrow night, for the first time in almost 2 years, I'm going to a theatre, Craig.
Are you?
Like in an actual theatre.
Amazing.
In a theatre. So I've been to theatre things, but outside. So I went to Regent's Park Open Air Theatre last year. And I've been to a couple of theatre things since things have been getting back to normal this year, but have all been outdoor sort of events. I'm going to a socially distanced theatre production inside an actual theatre at the Royal Exchange in Manchester, which, Craig, is an old disused oil rig that they plonked in the middle of this building and then turned it into a theatre that's in the round.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome.
So I'm pretty flipping excited, Craig.
Yeah. Well, and that must be big then. That must be a big place.
I think it's fairly big size. So it's basically in the old Exchange, which was the old like Stock Exchange, but the Stock Exchange for cotton in Manchester. And then in the war, the roof was bombed in. So what they did was they took this disused sort of oil rig and just sort of dropped it in the middle. And it's the largest theatre in the UK that is purpose built like in the round, as in the stage is the middle and the theatres all around the outside of it. I've never been before, but yeah, I'll be going socially distanced, masked up. It'll be great.
Yeah, because I know that oil rigs can be big because obviously my hometown Carnoustie, just next to us, we have Dundee. So Carnoustie is, let's just say for argument's sake, sandwiched between Aberdeen and Dundee. Aberdeen, you know, where North Sea, the oil rigs and that, and then a lot of the oil rigs on their way to Aberdeen or on their way back, they stop off in Dundee. So sometimes there's always at least one, sometimes there's two. Humongous on the River
So I think
Tay.
it's the bit that, you know, the sort of... The
top bit.
I don't think it's the top bit. I think it's one of like, you know, the big
legs.
round floats, you know, the rounded structures that are like the floats that sit at sea level. So I think it's one of those that they've taken and that's been transformed into a theatre. In fact, you know what? I'm going to send Johnny a picture of it and he can...
do that.
We'll show you what we mean. Should we do that, Johnny? I think that sounds fun, doesn't it?
Let's do that. So while you're doing that, we will have a look that... Last week we started stage one of what will be our Christmas planner. So throughout July, I thought what we'll do, myself and Erin, we decided that random crafts of kindness. I was right. I was just about right there. What we'll do is we'll give that just a little bit of a breather just for the month, and we'll introduce done something over a couple of shows that other month. You guys loved it. Started a project and finished it off the next day. So I thought what we'll do every Wednesday throughout July for around about 10 minutes, we'll do a section at a time of a project. By the end of July, what we will end up with is a finished project. So I thought let's go for what will be a Christmas organiser. So you can follow along these steps as well at home. And And then you can then obviously make it whichever way that you want. It doesn't have to be Christmas themed. You can change the colours, the lines, whatever you want, you could change. So last Wednesday, we started and we got our little planner already good to go. So we've got the front, we've got the back, and we have also got our spine all good to go as well. So then from next week and the weekend onward, from next week, next Wednesday, and the Wednesday after, we can then start to really fill this with all of our pages that we need to fill when it comes to the planner. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the front cover. So at least the planner, the spine, the front cover is all nicely done, decorated and finished, ready for us to then decorate the inside as and where we want it to be. So we have got our planner here. Now what I've done, I didn't want to go down the lines of I'm using the B collection, I've used this collection, that collection. So what I've done is I've chosen colours or items that I think is going to work well as the planner. I will tell you where they're from. This paper here is from our Nature Garden Gnome collection. I did want a bit of a green texture to complement the red, so having a bit of the green tartan worked a treat. So happened it had green tartan in the Gnome collection, hence why I went with that one. So what I've done is I've done and cut my pattern paper so that it's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my planner. So then what that will then enable us to do is this will create kind of our wrap round. It'll be secure in a minute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we're going to stamp along this piece of white smooth stamping card. I've created a bit of a hinge, so that's going to wrap around, that's going to secure, where you can either use a magnetic disc or you can use the hook and looks like I'm away to use. And then what I've done is I've die cut a few words out as well that it's going to say Christmas. It will say Christmas and then planner, but you might want to do Christmas organizer. I don't want to put the year on it because I don't want to just use this for Christmas 2021. I want to use it next year and the year after. So by keeping a year off of it, it means then I'm enabling myself to do that. So let's go in with our patterned paper. So I'm going to go in, I'm choosing to use my double-sided tape because that's my preference, but you can use your tape runner for this bit that I'm away to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up so we can see that this is how it's going to fold over. So it's given us a nice wrap all the way round. So I want to secure this side and this side, not the spine, because I still want it to be able to move. I want the spine to be able to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to add tape up to my spine here. And because I know that I've got 1/4 of an inch border all the way around, I know not to pop my tape right to the end, otherwise it'll be seen. So I'm going to do that on this side. What I'm then away to do is I'm going to do it on this side as well. Working my way around. If you're wanting to use your tacky glue, you can do, but we're going to go into here. And I'm not too concerned if the edge of my tape or adhesive goes right to the edge of my patterned paper, because what you can start to do is you can curve the corners if you want to, maybe distress them if you want to. That's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my tape off. Now it's going to be key that before I stick all these bits down, I want to add in what will be my little, either fold over, the little lock for the organizer. So this is what I'm going to use here. Now what I will do, is maybe a bit premature taking this tape off here. So I just need to decide whereabout I want this to position, because there's going to be a little bit of a Velcro dot on this end here. So I'm going to roughly position it. So I'm happy that this is where it's going to fold over. So let me turn it over. I've already popped some red liner tape on. And the reason I'm doing this now is so that when I cover this side with my pattern paper, you're not going to see this end panel. So again, let's go over. So I'm going to press. So I've got that one into place, so I can open it up now. Now we've got our little lever at the side. So that's what's going to secure our planner closed. So let's go back, let's open it up, and what I'm going to do is put another bit of tape across there making sure it really is nice and secure. So let's take these bits off here. Then bringing this back in, so I'm going to overlay it as if I'm matting and layering it.
Did you say where this paper was from, Craig?
Yeah, from the Gnome collection.
The Gnome collection.
I did, yeah. So from the Gnome collection, this is where I got this pattern paper. I didn't want to go out, Joe, and specifically use things from new collections. I wanted to use what I thought was going to complement my planner. I wanted a green pattern cardstock or paper to complement the red, and it just so happens we had this lovely green tartan plaid one within our Gnome collection, so that's why I've gone for that. So what I'm then going to do is if I fold that over, that gives us our nice matten layer on each side, but what it still gives us is that manoeuvrability within the spine down at the back there. So don't put any adhesive, I'm going to be careful when I do this, don't put any adhesive behind the layer where your spine is. Keep that free, so then that's going to enable you to be able to freely open and close it. So then now that we've got that one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some hook and loops that I've got here. As I say, this could be magnetic disc. If you were using a magnetic disc, I would pop one side of the magnetic disc underneath this pattern paper, and then that way you're not going to be able to see it, but it's still going to secure. Optional for you at home, but as I say, my preference is always the hook and loop or what do you call it, Joe?
I think I always get it wrong. I call it hook and eye, which is something completely different.
Is
I think a hook and eye is like, isn't that what's on the back of a brassiere?
Possibly. The best way to position these ones is if you're using the hook and loop, pop them together and then take one side off, and if I peel this one off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that into the edge there. Now that just means that I can take this end off. So let's peel this one off here. Let's get the backing off. I'm going to get my nail that I've got left and peel that one off. And then what I'm going to do as well, please don't, so see from up above, see how I'm squeezing that book so that it's closed. What to do is leave it open a bit and then position it, because what you need to remember, as you become to fill this is going to get thicker and thicker and thicker. So if you were to really secure it, so you're pressing your little binder completely over, that means you're going to get very, very little in there. So what to do is leave it open freely quite a bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one over. So I'm leaving it open. I want to get it relatively straight. Now I'm happy with that. So what I can do is then press and secure. So then now, so if I turn it that way, I've got my little binder. And as I say, keep in mind, you're going to have pages from next week that we're going to start to fill inside. And that gives me my opening for my little planner. So that's that one. And then also, it's just so happened I wanted the word Christmas. And because we've recently brought out our brush lettering, what I thought, I don't want the merry, I just want the Christmas. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to position my white smooth stamping card into the middle, and I only want the word Christmas. So let's position that one in. And I'm going to do this in some of our flagstone grey. Let's position that where I want. Let's bring in our stamping platform. Press that one in. You might want to use your quick dry, which is red or green. You might want to do heat embossing, which is up to yourself. But I really wanted my word to be really crisp, clear and black. So let's stamp that one out. So let's go, and I'm going to give it, as much as that is a perfect impression, I'm going to give it another stamp to really make it stand out. So we're going to pop this one in there. So then we've got a nice, bold Christmas.
I love that on its own. I think, and we know we said about it when we launched them, but on their own, they work brilliant.
They do. They absolutely do. And that's the thing, whether it's, you know, your brush lettering or any of your other stamp sets where you've got a few words, have a look and see where you can use them individually. So for this one, Christmas, able to use that on its own. That's exactly what I'm doing. And then what I'm away to do is if I go round, as you know, with my ice grey too, that I always love to do, I'm going to finish this off by going around. And I'm not doing any matte and layer on it, this panel. I'm going to keep it white. And this is going to let you see, or it's going to instantly let you see that you've got your Christmas planner once we've popped it in place. So let's work our way around here. You might have some dies that says Christmas. You might have other stamps that say Christmas you want to use instead, which is completely up to you. This is more of kind of a step-by-step guide that you can follow and do exactly what I'm doing if you have the products I'm using. Or what you can do is you can change it up and use whatever else you want to. So we've got Christmas there. Even the difference, as I always say, with the grey, works a treat. Let's finish there. So now let's bring in our planner again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my tape. So what I've done is I'll tell you what I've cut this to so that you know. So it is the height of my planner, which will be 7 inches, but it is 1.25 inches by 7 inches. So let's take that off here. Now I'm going to turn it at its side and I'm going to pop that side by side here.
Do you know what we haven't told Johnny about Saturday yet, Craig?
What's that?
Well, we're going to the special ice cream place between our 5
yeah.
and 7 p.m. shows, Johnny, we've decided, on Saturday.
Didn't tell him that, did
you know
we?
the place down the road, Johnny? Is it good? Right, do you reckon we've got time to get there and back between like 5 and 6? Yeah. Craig's driving will be fine.
If I don't go live until about 5 minutes after we shoot, that's why.
Yeah, there we are. So it's going to be 26 degrees. I mean, we're going to have to cool down sometime.
We're going to
that
have
or
to.
Johnny will get his super soaker out and we'll have a water fight out the back or something.
Yeah. Charlotte will be up for that.
She will.
She will. Get the super soaker out and the ice cream. Totally. Now what I've done here is my tiny alphabet that I've got from an old Desire collection. I have die cut the words planner. So I'm going in with my tacky glue. And once again, this, I have cut it into white so that Christmas stands out boldly. And then the word planner stands out as well. So my two ends. And instead of doing planner, you could have Christmas 2021 or Christmas planner 2021. But as I was saying, if I have Christmas 2021 on it, it's not that it stops me from using it next year, but obviously next year won't be 2021. So therefore, if I keep the year off, then it means that I really can be using it every single year. And it could be one of those little keepsakes that you could potentially pass it down, in the family as years go on. I know that my mum, from my nan, has some little kind of recipe books, just
Right.
tiny little folders that she'd made or collected together, and my mum's still got them now.
Amazing.
So it could be like that, because next week and the week after, this is when we're going to add our pages. So the pages could be for your Christmas list, your shopping list, for receipts, anything and everything that's going to enable you to plan out your Christmas or even organise your Christmas. That is what we're going to focus on in the next 2 weeks. But one last one here. So let's press that in there. And then last but not least, we're going to do the P. We're going to go into here, press that one in. That's now saying Christmas planner. So let's press that one in. I'm going to hold that, give that a few seconds. There we go. So if you need the measurements for what I've done, go back to Wake Up Call last week on Crafters TV. That's where you'll see the step-by-step that I done to make all the measurements. They're across there. But then there we go. So there is the start of our Christmas planner. So last week, if you need to know how to actually create the worker of the planner, go back to last Wednesday's wake-up call where we stepped you through it with all the measurements. That is now our front cover, or basically the decoration done. You can add gems, pearls, ribbon if you want to. So then next week and the week after, what we'll do is we'll start to fill it with all of our different pages, our little slots, our little bits and pieces that you're going to actually be using to start to build and organise and plan out your Christmas, basically, if you choose to use it as a Christmas organiser.
A couple of people asking if you'll put the measurements online for this, Craig.
So we should be able to at some point soon. What I would say, if you're wanting it, like now, in the next couple of days or so, go back to Wake Up Call last week and then have a look. But we will, by the end of it, what we'll do by the end of the month is put everything written-wise online for how it's created.
Awesome. Yes, so Gloria, Diana, we'll get those measurements up, but you can go back to last week's as well. Now, I found some pictures, Craig. It's an amazing building that I was talking about. This is the Exchange Theatre in Manchester.
Oh
so
my God.
That is the building which was the old cotton exchange, basically. It's where cotton was traded for hundreds of years. Then it fell into like disrepair. So they did it up and then they popped that part of an oil rig in the inside. But wait till you see the inside of the actual theatre as well, because on the inside, it's amazing. I'll just get that one in a second. Incredible, isn't it?
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely awesome.
We're
just going to bring the other one in for you.
So cool.
Yeah, really awesome. I can't talk about what I'm going to see. Well, I don't know.
No?
So it's... I don't know if I can. I think I can. It's not a rude name. It's about I don't know if I can or not. You've really put it on the spot. It's about a girl called E-L-L-E, and the title of the show is called Bloody.
Okay.
But it's, there we go, look, that's it inside.
Oh, wow.
Look at that inside. How amazing does that look?
Reminds me of something like the Royal Albert Hall. Or...
Yeah, kind of a bit sort of like Star Wars-esque. But it's not about the actual... It's about a girl who is a singer-songwriter that's trying to make it in the music industry. It's a one-woman show. So I think the Royal Exchange, they are like a theatre that does lots of like community outreach. You can get like £5 tickets on the day every day. It's like accessible for everyone.
Awesome.
They wanted to put a theatre production together, but didn't really know how to because of COVID. And obviously lots of people having to, in theatre productions, if someone gets it, everyone has to isolate. So they've put a one-woman show on as sort of an answer to that. How amazing is that?
That's so smart. Yeah, I never, when Joe was explaining that, I didn't quite wonder how that was going to look, but that was really, really smart. Well, I'd love to go there as well sometime. Just thought, we'd done it yesterday, so I thought let's do it again today. What we've done is we thought we'll come down, we'll go for a little seat, we can kind of re-go over some of the things that you're going to expect today on Crafters TV, as well as go through your comments as well together. Yeah, just in case you were wondering as well beforehand, when Joe was explaining that while he was looking this direction, it's because I've moved to this direction as well. But yeah, lots of lovely comments. Thank you for your comments on the organiser. As Joe said, I will do my absolute best to get what we've done so far before the end of the month. But if not, then by the end of the month, all the instructions for the planner will go up. But as I say, each Wednesday you can go back and then have a look at them as well. It'd be nice to see what you make, what colour tones you use, how you're actually going to be using it as well. What I can say to Gloria is you say, please ask Craig what was the size of the plaid paper. So it was 7 inches. So it'll be 7 inches by 5, 10, 11. So 5 inches by 11 inches. That's going to give you that perfect mat and layer strip for right across the planner. That I can tell you as well. But gosh, lots of lovely comments as usual coming through in today, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely loads. It feels strange today, Craig, because it's hump day, isn't it? It's Wednesday today.
Yeah.
But it feels like Friday. I know I say that all the time because it is my fake Friday, but today especially, it really feels like fake Friday. I don't know why. Everyone is in such a giddy mood. And there's loads coming up. The Giggle Fish herself, don't forget, will be here for 2 shows as well.
Yes,
I love how Debbie's name just keeps morphing from one thing to another.
It does.
You look like something out of Game of Thrones there, Craig. You look like you're about to go to the North Wall.
I just, when I was having a feel of it yesterday, I was like, it's nice and soft. It's nice. It's probably one of those where I'm trying to watch my mic as well at the same time. It's probably one of those where I'll get completely covered within this. It's not genuine Muppet skin, like I said yesterday. No Muppets were harmed within the making of this one, but it's like it.
No, I don't think it's been anywhere near an animal that by the looks of it.
No, it's not. But we'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the day.
Shall we?
Shall we?
Go on then.
Let's do it. Let's go for it. So with it being Wednesday, what we have got coming up, as George just said a moment ago, we have got Debbie Fisher. She's going to be taking over from me for the remainder of the day. So it's going to be Debbie and Joe. So first and foremost, later on, and actually in the next show that we've got coming up, which we were just having a look at a moment ago, is the Craft Vault. So the Craft Vault is back, and it's 2 hours with incredible Spectrum Noir goodness as well. If you've not already seen what we went over to start with that Buy the Show bundle, it is phenomenal. So if you want to be able to go with that one there, do all your different colouring, the techniques that you can do, because what you can do is you can always go back on our YouTube and watch, as we like to say time and time again, but works out with that bundle being at half price. So do go along and check that one out. And then they're both going to be back tonight, nighttime here in the UK for Creative Cravens, with it being Wednesday. So 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time, whereas they're going to have a look at the Hero Tool. I'm actually going to be having a look at what I'm just a way to go and demonstrate just in a moment or two, which was something that I know that I picked for last week, but because there were so many different things that you could do, I thought let's just bring it back another week again so that I can show you another take as to how you can use what will be the border dies. So actually, and this is one I'm going to show. If you get your water reactive ink pad that's in the Buy the Show from Craft Vault, I'm going to show how you can heat emboss with it, not just with your pigment ink pads, Joe.
Oh, sounds phenomenal. Right, while you get yourself set for that, let's share with you then all the details on US shipping and also Club Inspire. Take a look.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I thought we were going back to Craig, sorry. I had my phone out, I was having a little swig of coffee, checking a few emails for work, making sure everything was all right. Should we do demo of the show, or have you done anything worthy of demo of the show? Are we going to do one now?
We're away, yeah. Thanks, Nicola. My earpiece has fallen out, so I'm just reattaching it to the back. No one was see what I mean? Do you know something? We've had weeks and weeks and weeks of lovely professional shows with a little bit of funny, and then it comes to today and it's just like, anyway, this is Wake Up Call. This is what it's all about. The main thing is you guys are laughing and smiling, and that is what it's all about, as well as crafting and inspiration. So I tell you what, let's have a look at what's coming up in Creative Cravens with Debbie and Joe. This is all about the Gemini Decorative Panel Border Die Collection with 12 elements. Everyone today is going to be paying that price on the screen right now, $33.77, $38.87. Look at the saving already on your screen, £18.19 or $20.93. Everyone gets that saving. But if you are platinum, then that comes down to £27.02 or $31.10. Now, of course, crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK.com for you guys stateside, or .eu for you guys across in Europe. That's where you need to go, and all your prices and info will be there. So I thought what we can then do is, if you didn't see last week, let's have a look at the boards. This is going to give you the idea as to what to expect. We have boards for these. We do indeed. Yeah, it was just, Nicola was also, she got all excited. Oh, we've got boards. We've got boards. We love our boards. We do love our boards. Shows you exactly what you're going to be getting and what you can achieve. So this one here is the stars, shooting stars. This is what I'm going to be using in a moment, or its actual name, stars. So what this one does, this completely cuts out, or, sorry, there's your die. There's your die. So this one, your decorative die, and there's your two outline die. So that either completely cuts out, or what you can also do is completely cut out with a matting layer behind it. But then what you can do is just use the star die on its own and cut into your card, which is what we're going to do, because last week I used the edgeable. This one here, you've used one side of the edgeable, and it creates an edgeable card, or you could use the other one, and that's then going to create the other side edgeable. That works exactly the same for all four of them in total. This one, which is upside down, which, Joe, can you guess? Let's play a little game. What one's this called?
Schmetterling.
Hey, it is indeed. To be more specific, here in English, butterflies, but in Germany, Schmetterlings. So this one here, you've got the die with your two outside edges. So just using all three dies together, that gives you this look. If you use all three dies, it will cut it out in white, which looks like that, but then by just using the two outline dies, it gives you a matting layer, which is the black at the back. So then cuts in, edgeable, edgeable, and then going into our next one here, which is, it's called a peony. I still think it's a rose, but it is a peony, but it can be whatever ones that you like. Three dies, using the decorative die, using all the dies, then the decorative die on its own cuts in, edgeable, edgeable. And then last but not least, we've got this gorgeous floral, the daisies on this one, exactly the same concept as well. So this is why, if you're wondering, and didn't make sense before, this is why now it will become apparent as to why I want to bring it back again, because there's so many different things, different looks, and different ways that you can use it. So I think let's show you a few different ways in which you can use them. So using the decoration with only one of the edgeables on one side, it enables you to create your different gatefold cards, concept cards, edgeable cards, all these different things that you can then start to do. But then don't think that you can't use them for your twisted easels and your concepts that we can see on this one here. This one here being an edgeable one again. So this back layer has been cut with the card blank with using one of the edgeables, but then what we've done is we've used the same edgeable but including the decoration. Then we've got another one which is actually, you can see with this card here, so it's a celebrate one, but we've used it so that the star is actually a bit of a top fold, and then another sort of top fold style that you can see there, but then using the edgeable to create the layers to pan downwise. So that's why there's so many different ways that you can do. But then with anything where you've got some detail or decoration, remember you can still ink through them, you can stencil through them, you can spritz through them, you can do all these different things as well. There's just so much, Joe, that you can do with these ones, and that's another way that I'm going to show you just in a second.
Awesome. Loads of people love these dies as well. Diana says how much she loves them. Kathy saying, we always provide such a fun shopping experience. Well, we aim to, don't we, Craig? That is what we are trying to do. And that's what I'm sure we'll continue to do for the rest of today as well, because myself and the fish will be back with you 3 p.m. today in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and then 7 p.m. as well. And then you'll be glad to know you get a couple of days break from me, and I'll be back with you again on Saturday. But you'll be here holding the fort for the rest of the week, won't you, Craig?
I will indeed. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be staying here right up until... Well, actually, you're not really getting rid of me at all, because I'm here the rest of this week, as you've established, here all Saturday. I'm in the 3 p.m. show on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and then back through it again next week with wake-up calls. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's not often that I'm here on a weekend, and although I am at home working at weekends, doing prep and that, but it's not often I'm here on the show, so I'm looking forward to it. So Saturday is going to be me, it's going to be Joe, it's going to be Johnny, and it's going to be Charlotte as well.
How amazing.
So it's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun. We're going to go for some ice cream and just have a good old time.
Absolutely, we are. What is your favourite ice cream flavour, Craig?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
It's
Nicola?
not easy to get just strawberry ice cream.
Chocolate. I always find chocolate flavoured things don't really taste of chocolate. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's kind of different, isn't it? Johnny? A mint choc chip. Menta alla cioccolata, if you're in Italy, or a raspberry ripple. Raspberry ripple.
Raspberry roll.
Raspberry ripple, or a rum and raisin.
Raspberry ripple, isn't that just basically an Arctic roll, but with sponge around it?
Basically, Johnny eats some like Mars bars.
We'll just bring in. It's what we'll do in the weekend. We'll just bring in a load of Arctic rolls. Do we have a freezer here? We've got a fridge.
Yeah, there's one in the canteen.
There we go. That's it. Johnny's happy. Made his day. Made his day. But yeah, strawberry I like. Very hard to actually get nice strawberry ice cream. Joe, what is yours?
I went to Florence last year in September, Craig, and I ate this ice cream, and it was a salted caramel, buttered salted caramel, but it tasted, Craig, like, you know the Rolo yogurts that you get that are delicious?
Yeah.
Imagine that in ice cream form. And I still think about that ice cream most days. I had it like twice a day for the whole 4 days I was there. I mean, I'm even considering going back just to have it. Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's my love affair with ice cream done now.
Done.
My one ice cream love.
Do you like toffee as well?
Love toffee.
Toffee.
Yeah, or butterscotch, any of those kind of sweet, creamy ones for me.
Angel Delight, butternut scotch.
I've never had an Angel Delight, you know. Never had Angel Delight.
Never, ever had them?
Never.
They're good, Joe.
Are they?
Yeah. Just teasing Nicola there. She's going, Craig and Vision, Joe and Vision. So, rightio, let's have a look and let's see.
No one's got any like photosensitive issues at home with all of that cutting.
There we go. It's like Ant and Deck. Dun, 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 dun. So what we're doing is let's use the star die. Now, I've got some black cardstock here, and I have cut this down to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And what I'm going to do, not using the outline die, I'm going to cut the decorative die on its own, and what we can do is we can then pop it into our MIDI folder. So these will go through your MIDI, they'll go through, of course, your Gemini Junior and larger. So let's roll it through. So we can roll this bit. What I'm then going to do is we're going to then take this one out. We're going to then take all these bits out the way. And these are good sizable dies, Joe, to paper piece. You know, They don't take that long to paper piece. So if you want to then do that, then you absolutely can. But what we're going to do is if I pop these bits out here, and then I'm going to, in a moment, once I've got these bits, just be careful because you've got a few little curly bits into the side. So then there, that is now kind of like our decoration aperture part for the stars. And some of the bits that die cut out are tiny little stars, so you might want to still use them elsewhere. But then there we go, there is our star panel. And then what I'm going to do is I have got in front of me against my glass mat, you can just see them here. I've got straw bale, water reactive, lemon tonic, water reactive, and honey pot, water reactive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a blend of all 3 yellows together with the water reactive, starting with the strawberry, then lemon tonic, then honey pot. And we're just going to really coat the cardstock with the colour before we pour some clear embossing powder over the top.
Amazing. So you're gonna emboss the whole thing? You're embossing the whole panel, is that what you're saying?
With the embossing powder,
With
yeah.
embossing powder?
Yes.
Heat embossing it?
Heat embossing
Oh,
it.
I love this idea, Craig.
Yep.
You do know you've only got 5 minutes left on the show, don't you?
Jeezy peeps.
Yeah, I know. Cheesy peeps.
I heard Johnny say you got 7 minutes. I thought you meant I've got 7 minutes on this demo.
You've got 24 minutes and... Well, no, you haven't. Sorry, you've got 5 minutes and 15 seconds till the
Right.
show ends. So there you go, a bit of speed crafting. Those Rolo yogurts, pop a lollipop stick through the lid, then freeze it, then you have them as an ice cream lolly. I get you thinking there, Claire Alcock, but I just don't think it's how it works. It's not going to be the same. Do you know why you can't just like pour cream into a container with milk and flavouring and freeze it and it becomes ice cream?
No.
Do you want the science behind this?
Yeah.
Because essentially, if a liquid is static and it freezes, even if it's got lots of fat in it, it just turns to something frozen and solid. But the process of moving something whilst it's freezing is what gives ice cream its texture. That's why it freezes like that and is soft, because the ice crystals don't form because it's moving at the same time as it's freezing. There you are. Little foodie science section for you there.
Didn't know that.
What is everyone's favourite ice cream flavour? Mine is butter pecan praline. Butter pecan, praline pecan, and butter pecan bourbon praline pecan. Say that again. Butter pecan bourbon praline pecan. Oof, Dean Maddox, honestly. No, you don't get that. I mean, you'd be lucky to get a 99 here.
Do love a 99 though.
How much is a 99 these days? So a 99, I'm guessing it was a 99 because it would be 99p. Is that why it was always called a 99 back in the day? And it's basically soft ice cream from like a pump, and it has a chocolate flake in the top of it. They're about £1.50 now, not 99. I mean, I'll tell you what, they haven't. Inflation's been kind to the 99 really, because it's been around for about 20 years and it's only gone up 50p. Freddo's on the other hand, Craig. Woo, honestly.
Say that again?
Freddo's on the other hand.
Oh, I know.
So expensive.
So
I remember they were
expensive.
5p.
Remember the days you used to get penny sweets? I think they're up to like 5p now. So what I've done there is, because the water reactive still stays wet, what I've done...
Got 3 minutes left, Craig.
Right, so sprinkled clear embossing powder. So we've got that one. Then what I would do is I've put foam pads on the back of one that I've already done. I've taken sentiment from my ultimate stamp compendium, die cut a couple of stars, and then there we go. You can see that there, how well that looks. Just doing a little bit of embossing, adding those die cut pieces, and Bob's your auntie.
Bob's not your auntie, he's your uncle.
There you go. Yeah, I
Who
know.
knows? It's 2021. Maybe Bob is your auntie.
I know, but as we're established, that's what I don't know. That's what I like to. Did you move this chair? Anyway, we've not got time to
is it
argue
warm?
about a chair. It is warm though. Oh, the chair's warm.
That's what I mean.
So there we go. Well, what a show that's been. What an absolute show that has been. And do you know what? Today has only just begun. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Joe, thank you so much. It's been a laugh. Maybe more than it should have been.
It's been,
But-
it's been. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, the show's been, and it's gone, and now you're into capable professional hands of Debbie Fisher and Joe for the remainder of today on Crafters TV. I am going to be back tomorrow, where I promise you... Oh no, wait, Ben's in tomorrow, isn't he? No, definitely no professionalism there, no. I will do my absolute best to stay professional and do proper demonstrations and explain them. as I said before, the main thing is, you guys have a lovely time, and that's what counts to us, as well as getting some good deals. But talking about deals, what we've got coming up in the next show, which is all about a returning favourite that's not been seen for a wee while, and that's the Craft Vault. That's with Debbie and Joe. That is then 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So we've got an incredible Spectrum Noir Buy the Show bundle, where you have got a touch of lots of different things from, you've got Discovery Kit, you've got alcohol, ink pads, waterproof ink pads, water reactive ink pads, pigment ink pad, quick dry ink pads, you've got colour blend pencils, classiques, so much more within that bundle as well. So do check them out come Craft Vault just shortly. And then with it being Wednesday, what we've got is our Creative Cravings. That then going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I don't know why I've just got the giggles there. That is then going to be also with Debbie and Joe. We're going to go over in a lot more details those decorative border dies that I've just showed you there, as well as something that didn't even get time to show you in full detail. That was our, basically our tote tool bag with all those hero tool parts that are in it. I am going to go home.
Are you going to go home and have a little nap like you did yesterday?
Yes.
You're not going to share that with us?
Yes, I was just feeling a bit afterwards. So I went for a little nap, set my alarm for 5 o'clock so I could do today's prep.
What time did you nod off?
Well, I nodded off maybe about 2:30, 3,
Yeah.
and then woke up at 7:30 last night.
And then had all his prep to do.
Had all my prep to do, but still slept no problem at all. Anyway, once again, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Nicola, to Johnny as well. I will see you the same time tomorrow for Wake Up Call with Craig for Thursday's edition. Have a lovely rest of the day with Joe and Debbie, and we'll see you then. Bye.